going to weigh in on the Shiloh Hendricks issue. A lot of people are going to be pissed off, but I don't care. I'm going to keep it real, okay? People are upset this woman called a child the N-word. She's claiming that the child was taking her kid's belongings. The child wouldn't stop. No one was doing anything about it. So she snatched everything, called the child an N-word, and she basically had a meltdown. And now she's getting a bunch of money donated to her. She's about to raise $1 million, and people can't believe it because she's a racist, right? Okay. Here's the bigger question. Why are so many people donating to this woman? Why are so many people in this country so supercharged about this issue? Okay? We have to be accountable in every aspect of life. Okay? We can't sit down and be a victim and say, oh, racism, racism, racism. I know that's the easiest thing to say, right? You're just racist. I could go out. I don't look white, right? I'm labeled as Caucasian, but I'm Persian. And when I go in to get a passport or a citizenship, or sorry, a driver's license, whatever, I have to label myself as Caucasian. That's what the United States says that I have to do. And that's what I do. But according to everybody else, I'm not what you would consider white. So you would think that I would face racism, right? And I probably have here and there. Some people might not like me. But the bottom line is, my culture as a whole, Persian people, we don't have a reputation of robbing, stealing, being disrespectful, being loud in restaurants, talking over people, being ignorant, right? We don't do that stuff, okay? We behave the way society expects us to behave. And in return, we're treated pretty fairly. Even as people who came here as immigrants and really didn't have shit when we came here, okay? A lot of us had absolutely nothing, lost everything and couldn't even speak English and came to this country and made it a home, but we abided by all the laws, all the rules, and we treated people with respect. Therefore, people treat us with respect.
No, boy. Now, being accountable and taking care of yourself and doing what's right and adjusting and assimilating to the culture and making sure that you abide by the rules and don't twerk at graduations and not tipping at restaurants and treating people unfairly and labeling everybody a Karen that disagrees with you or claiming racism every single time that something happens that's not supposed to happen, but anytime it's not somebody that doesn't look like you, or calling people that look like you some racist trope that they said that white people called them, but then you start calling them because they disagree with you because you believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, unless it's somebody that disagrees with you. No, 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 no. That doesn't happen. No, I mean, but it's true. It's 100% true. All jokes aside, it's that, you get treated the way that you treat other people. And that's just a universal principle. It happens in other cultures. It happens overseas. This should not be something that is just groundbreaking within the black community. At some point, we have to divest ourselves from the people that's making us look bad. Real bad. I just don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why our culture feels as though we have to make sure that we include everybody, right? Because culture is a thing that's the most popular at the time. Like, in a nutshell, your culture is the thing that you celebrate the most. And that's why I say that the culture is trash, because the things that we champion, the things that we celebrate, you know, unruly women, households broken. Most of our churches only have women in them. And then, the things that I just see every single day on a daily basis that goes viral. I mean, we had whole sites. Y'all remember World Star? We had whole sites that was dedicated to the degeneracy of the culture. Our music is teaching us and teaching our children and teaching our women how to treat the men so horribly and how to treat the women so horribly. And the way that we vote is just insane. And so I just think that this guy is cooking. I think that he's absolutely right in that the expectations as a human being then transfer, because you can have a different culture, right? Your cultural norms, how you worship, whatever it is that you decide that you want to wear that is reasonable within expectations. Because you know what's so funny? We can take ourselves and go overseas to certain places and we'll assimilate to the culture. Have you ever seen people that go to Dubai sometimes, a lot of times, and then they send their pictures or they post their pictures on Instagram and stuff like that, and they look completely different. They dress accordingly or they abide by the rules. We just think that it's okay for us to break the rules, right? Seriously. Accountable to nothing, offended by everything. Everybody offends us. If you don't agree with us, but you look differently than us, then you racist and all that stuff. And I'll just tell you, like, I've been called probably worse names. I can't think of any time that a person to my face, the only time that I could ever think of a person calling me something to my face racist, not even to my face, it was on Xbox Live. When Xbox Live first came out, boy, they would let you know what their mind was. It was mostly young kids or whatever. But the reality is that I think that there is racism that still exists amongst most people from diverse different cultures, but at the same time, how you conduct yourself and the stereotype that you give for yourself. I'm looking out the window right now. I wish I could show you what I'm looking at out the window right now. Bonnet, pajamas, and I'm looking at my hotel room, bonnet, pajamas, walking her dog, and it looked crazy. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Friday as of the recording of this video.
Now, let's talk about this certain group of people that this woman was referring to.
Look, he can't even say it. He can't even say it. Because if he says it, then people going to get offended. They already offended by the video. But, oh my God, I can't believe you said black people. But we going to label you. We going to say white people. We going to say Arabic people. We going to say Chaldean people. We going to say Persian people, Asian people, anything.
Okay, look at the culture as a whole. All right, how much cultural issues is going on with that group of people? Do they rob a lot? Okay, do they commit a lot of crimes? Do they commit a lot of murders? Okay, are they usually the people that you're seeing doing things that make everybody uncomfortable or make them feel unsafe? So where is the hatred coming from is what I'm trying to ask people, okay? Do you think it's possible maybe if this group of people cleaned up their act, started to behave just like everybody else does in society, then people wouldn't generalize, that people wouldn't feel this way? Because I think that's what would happen, okay? I think something magical would happen if that could occur. But until they fix their cultural issue,
I said it before.
okay, until they fix the mother and the parent situation in the house and start raising their kids with the same ethics and morals and values as everybody else, this racism thing isn't going to go away.
I agree. Wow. Now, listen, let me tell you something, big dog. You know that people are going to get offended by what you just said. You do know that, right? You know that they're not going to be happy that that you said that they need to fix the mother in the household and all of that. Because let me tell you something. I don't know if it's a secret, but we believe in single mothers raising children and feminizing our boys and making our girls super masculine and hyper independent just so that they can get more student loan debt and be most in debt, not the most educated, but the most enrolled. We believe in that, big dog. We do. We have cultural issues. And for whatever reason, it's so funny because you'll get on these panels sometimes and they'll say, no, we the only people that talk about it out loud. What, you think that they don't see it? You think that they don't see it when you come to the restaurant? You think that they're not aware that when they get a group of black women that come into the restaurant that they're going to probably not get a tip, or they're going to get a really little tip, or it's going to be somebody that try to put them some hair in their food so that they can get a free meal? You don't think that they're aware of what's happening and how things are going to play out? I could tell you that they are, definitively. I can tell you that they are, definitively, without a doubt. 100% they are going to, understand. They're going to know what's going to play out and things is going to happen exactly the way that it's going to happen. Without a doubt. Nobody is disillusioned. Nobody is concerned. Nobody is like misunderstood. Everything has been out in the open for decades. Let me know what y'all think about what this man says. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.